the only thing that matters right now. We could be in a nuclear war, and you continue to fund it.
You voted to send arms and weapons to Ukraine. Tulsi Gabbard, she's left the Democratic Party because there are a bunch of war hawks. You ran as an outsider. You're voting to start a thermonuclear war with Russia and China. Why are you playing with the lives of Americans?
You're a coward. You're a progressive socialist. Where are you against the war mobilization? He's telling the right truth. You have done nothing. Tulsi Gabbard has shown guts where you've shown cowardice. I believed in you, and you became the very thing you sought to fight against. You are the establishment, and you are the reason why everybody will end up in a nuclear war unless you choose to stand up right now and denounce the Democratic Party. Will you do that? Yes or no?
When did you ever think you'd see that? That was AOC's own constituents exploding at a town hall she held. And what's causing all of this? Is this simply the Tulsi Gabbard effect? Well, there's a lot more to it. Because the voters, Americans, Democrats, Republicans, they're all reacting. And you just saw exactly how explosive that can be. Now, before I go any further, if you haven't subscribed to Lisa's channel, I certainly hope you'll take a few minutes to do that. If you haven't subscribed to mine yet, Lisa will put a link just above if you can. Can't tell you how much I'd appreciate it. Also, Lisa wanted me to give a shout out to her sponsor. You need to go right now to Health with Lisa. Again, healthwithlisa.com. They're helping to put this video on today, and it's an amazing product. You see one there, 51% off. Again, amazing product. Put it in your coffee. Nothing artificial. And as they state, no junk in the trunk. Well, that's not a cute tagline. 51% off. That's collagen. Maybe the closest thing to the real fountain of youth. Amazing product line. Amazing sponsor. Again, healthwithlisa.com. No, folks, it's not Star Wars. This is real life. Published here, how a rebellion could be brewing within the Democrat Party. And you just saw an example of that. Very soon, I'm going to be covering the Ralph Warnock, Herschel Walker debate. And when you see what the rebellion sounds like, well, you see they're doing a lot of things wrong right now. But it appears one person's doing something right, depending on what your opinion is. That's Tulsi Gabbard. One Tulsi Gabbard, or the one that so many of you have come to know. Her announcing, of course, she's going to leave the Democrat Party. Of course, conspiracy theories brewing everywhere as to the reasoning, but it's a cause and effect. And you saw the effect in the opening reel to this video, but there's more to it than that. And there's something in particular that relates closer to this text, again from Tulsi Gabbard. In leaving the party of the Democrats, if you can no longer stomach the direction that the so-called woke Democratic Party ideologues are taking our country, I invite you to join me. Well, let me give you one example of what she terms it, those woke Democratic ideologues. Let's start with AOC. AOC is a Democratic Socialist of America member. Well, for her constituents, she has gone against this. And that is what's angering them and what you saw in that earlier clip. Remember, we've told you forever now about the Justice Democrats, of which AOC is a portion of. Their mission: we need a Democratic Party that fights for its voters, not big corporate donors. Just like leaders like AOC, it says that they're alone, but AOC, I guess Alphabet and Microsoft and Amazon aren't big corporate donors. But that's only one of the statements that they're going against. This social justice Democrats, or in their words, Justice Democrats. Remember the candidates who are involved with this, the Justice Democrats. You have Ro Khanna. You'll recognize many of these names. Ayanna Pressley, as we've covered before. Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, AOC, Cori Bush. You're recognizing a lot of faces here? Jamal Bowman, Pramila Jayapal, just to name a few. So what is their platform? Of course, economy for all. We've heard it time and time again. Cancel student debt, fair trade, federal jobs guarantee, Green New Deal, so on and so forth, tax the rich. They extend on that platform to justice reform, end gun violence, LGBTQ inequality, and then they go on to further issues. One here in particular, a democracy for all. You know my least favorite term. But let's go into their progressive foreign policy. Click over there, and you'll notice there's one sentence in their progressive foreign policy. We must end the forever wars and prioritize peace and diplomacy. We must reduce our military spending. Well, you heard AOC get blasted for that because she's not reducing military spending. She's continually voting to increase military spending. And her constituents, plain and simply, are pissed, beyond upset. That's not what they voted for. That's not what she represented herself as. And so they call her out. And now they have the example of Tulsi Gabbard, who have seen the war machine as one of her reasons for leaving the Democrats. But what's Biden doing? Well, Biden and NATO are kicking off nuclear drills involving B-52 bombers. Russia doing the same. Upcoming Russian nuclear exercises, a challenge for the West. Clues that indicate Russia could be preparing surprise lightning strike to take Kyiv. All of this is brewing in the background. Russian troops will return to Belarus in large numbers, Lukashenko says. This won't be just 1,000 troops, he goes on and adds. No, this is a major movement, and it's been verified via this publication. Lukashenko, Putin agree on deployment of joint regional group of forces. Further backed up by geo-confirmation that they're moving in fuel, they're moving in armaments, they're moving in troops. And what's Biden and what's Pelosi and what are the Democrats doing? Well, they're throwing more of our money out there. They're funding it further, and now NATO is going ahead and initiating nuclear drills. Isn't this a wonderful scenario? Well, if you listen to the mainstream media, it is. But if you listen to Americans, it's not. AOC needs to go beyond words and take real steps to end war, but that's not what she's doing. You see, they all seem to have a problem with staying consistent. Investigation now underway as bombshell report drops on Ralph Warnock. You didn't hear me incorrectly. This bombshell report that Herschel Walker's responded to. We're going to be covering that further on a future broadcast, but here's what Herschel Walker had said. Within the debate, he says, you've evicted people. You've evicted people. Now we find out, or as this states, the church is 99% owner of the Columbia Tower, the ones where those folks were evicted from. Well, what church are they referring to? Well, the church, Ebenezer Baptist Church, that Ralph Warnock leads. You start to see the Democrats' inconsistencies are being called out by their own constituencies. And that's what's now suddenly imploding the Democrats, or as we said, starting this rebellion, triggered off by, well, you could say Tulsi Gabbard, but it's the actions of the entire Democratic Party. But to make matters worse, here's the apartment building in question. Reverend Ralph Warnock. Pandemic unemployment benefits and eviction protections will expire this month. And it's all because Senate Republicans refuse to fight for families. Well then, Ralph, why is your church sending out eviction notices to people in your building? Would you like to see another, just in case one wasn't enough? And to further prove out this Ebenezer Baptist Church is the owner, here's their application. Their organization information, organization name, Ebenezer Building Foundation. Further down in the document is the link to their website. So we'll go ahead and click on it, follow the link and see where it leads us. Let's close for Sunday worship. The historic Ebenezer Baptist Church and their worship services by none other than Ralph Warnock. So you wonder why now Democrats are panicking? They've made their bed. Now they have to sleep in it. But the constituents have woken up from that bed. Thanks to the likes of Tulsi Gabbard, thanks to the continual warmongers in the Democrat Party, thanks to Joe Biden's failed foreign policies, well, thanks to the entire administration's failures, because it is so abundant to even their own party now that nobody is looking away. They're addressing it head on, and you saw that within that town hall for AOC, and I am confident there will be many more town halls just like that, and maybe this isn't a red wave. This is a blue tidal wave aimed at its own party. I love you all. Can't thank you enough for being here today. Until next time, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Godspeed and God bless. Justice Knight, signing out.